Hello guys, welcome back to a video. Today is day 40, season 2 second video. Start off today. Disco defender, get our trailer parked up. Usual. Ducks knocking about. And in the shed, as you can see, they finally got the new concrete down. Well, this whole slab, I guess. So, it's a bit patchy, but does the job. Then we got the roller feeder and the little trailer in the shed there, just sort of out of the way. Then we got the JCB muddy digger hard up, and the Honda quad also powered up. Then we have the main man himself, the farmer, in the T6080 with the new mini baler on the back. He's just taken that away because he sold it. So he's sold it to someone local, I believe. So yeah, it's given it a wash down. She's been sat in the shed for quite a bit, and yeah, she'll be going to a new owner. So obviously now there's a space at the back of the shed. Obviously there's been talks about the trail forage going in there, but obviously that was ages ago. I don't know if it would still happen and if it would fit with everything else in there. You got the wrapper, baler, rake, mower, lawn mower, and Farm's Son size 200 parted up. He's thinking of getting a sticker for the front. He's actually looking for one now. Like he's got a couple in mind, he says, but he doesn't know yet, so he hasn't told me. And then he says it'll be finished off, basically. Got the chickens and chicks knocking about, enjoying themselves, and obviously not needing to be under shelter yet. T6, 6616 and 6920S parked up. Tail forager. Spared edge got a bags and vertebra. Now I'll see the 6920S could go towards the back of the shed, or maybe we could put something at the back behind it. Because obviously tail forager doesn't take up too much space, because obviously the sort of the drawbar, I guess, sticks out. So the 6920S fits perfectly against obviously where the pickup is, so it's a bit of a space there. Handler parked back up in the shed. There's some trailer and the baler trailer there. Then we got Farm's Son, quite obvious, in the 7740 with the sheep trailer on the back. He's just taken that pallet of feed to the other farm. They've taken the bags that they need, or they think they need. The other farm needs it more, so they're gonna say they're gonna go to the other farm when they need any more bags of their feed. So it's basically just unit. So yeah, so he's just heading off there. It's quite a tight squeeze. I think it's actually stretching out the sort of mesh bit of the trailer, but it's fine. I believe the telehandler, the forks didn't go perfectly under the pallet because the forks are quite wide, so they sort of went, the pallet sort of sat on top. So yeah, it was quite, it fits, but barely. As you can see, there's not even a little gap between either side. Then we've got the size trailer and the buck rake parked up. Double baler left out, obviously, and the bales will probably stay there now until next year. Obviously it will be moved for the bales, but it won't be doing anything, I don't imagine. It could potentially maybe do a couple more jobs, because obviously it's now September. Some people might be doing fourth cut or just late silage, so it might be used. And obviously sometimes in the winter some farmers need help moving bales from a field to their yard or something. It can be used. Yeah, a lot of the kit will be sat now, which is a good time to check over the kit really. The farmer, I've spoken to the farmer and obviously thinking as well, like, you know, you could create more space, like by parking stuff in, you know, in the fields or whatever, and he says he would, but he doesn't want to do damage to the fields while the animals are in it. But he also doesn't want to do damage while the animals are in the shed, because the grass has to recover for when the animals come out again. So it's like a bit of a tricky one, because these fields around here, he says he's done it before. One year, I think he was using the 6920S, and he had, I think it was the cow trailer or something in the field, and he was taking it out, and she was basically just spinning, because the ground was that wet that it had actually left quite deep marks in the field. So when he went over, the sheep obviously didn't mind, but when he went over with the mower, when they did baling, the mower was just bouncing out. So he said he would, but it'd have to be something light, and it would have to actually be in the way for it to be moved, obviously. But yeah, that's why everything's normally parked in the yard. Washing muck spreader is going to come out at some point. Flatbed's been parked there. Kale bale spikes. IBC probably go back to the other farm. I don't know if they're going to need it. Turning the bucket and the yard scraper here. Then we got the sheep and just enjoying themselves in the field, eating what little grass is left. I also spoke to the farmer about, would he keep the sheep out, because obviously, you know, they don't technically have to be in the shed, and obviously he can keep that shed free and put the cows in the sheep shed. He said he would maybe consider it, because obviously last year he brought them in straight away, and he said he was going to keep them out, but the weather got quite bad. So if the weather isn't too bad this winter, he said he might keep the sheep out a bit longer, like maybe bring them in like January, so they have 2 months in the shed, and then they lamb. But yeah, he doesn't know yet. Obviously the ram will go in November, and he'll probably be brought out by New Year, January, sometime in January he'll be brought out. And he was saying that if he does let the sheep sort of roam and brings the cows in, he'll open up the gate and let the sheep roam in both fields, so they get a bit of extra grass, and then both fields are sort of the same sort of height in grass, because obviously if there's no one here, this one's going to grow quicker than that. And obviously the cows, he said he'll probably bring in about, he reckons about November, so when the ram's here, because obviously they will calf in March, so same as the ewes. So he'll probably give them a couple months, like 4 months in the shed, so sometime in November he said he'd bring them in. But they're quite hardy cattle, they're not, I mean, they're clearly not dead because they're all here still after many years, so yeah, they might be going in the shed at some point. And as you can see here, the field grass is quite short. You can still see a little bit of silage left over, all the loose grass. And at the junction here we have the contractor's beautiful TVT 190 New Holland with the NC 2500 gallon roadside tanker. So the driver here is taking that either to the dealership or to new owner, as they're getting a new roadside tanker. So and they've had this one a couple of years, I don't know how long. So they're selling this, and they're getting a new one. I don't know what it is. I doubt it'll be another green NC. But yeah, I imagine it'll be the same size because they're not big contractors, so they don't need like a double axle one. So yeah, we'll see what their new roadside tanker is. And then here we have the farmer in his Case Puma 195 with Cumberland U-drill on the back. He's coming back from a field there after planting some wheat for next year. So it's quite a tight squeeze there, getting past the tanker, but they've managed it. So yeah, just nice to see a couple of cases about, because I think there's only about 2 in the area. So, and this is the biggest one. The other one's Maxim. There used to be a newer Maxim. So it used to be 3, but now there's only 2 because that newer Maxim got replaced. So it's a good variety of tractors in the area, to be fair, and some unique ones like the TVT and the 7740, because there's not many of them about anymore. So yeah, so much for the guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and bye.